So you're all very welcome to the class this morning. The class will follow a similar structure to always. Today there'll be less transitioning. It'll be more just getting into the posture, getting comfortable, and then trying to connect to your breath. When we move on to the floor, we'll be doing some core work. So that's everything. So if you'd like to start in the opening Shavasana, lying back onto your mats, feet out to the edge of your mat, gently lie back, drawing your arms away from your body with your palms facing upwards. Gently bring your eyes to close and connect to your breath. Arriving on your mat this morning, letting go of your week. Inhaling deeply from the bottom of your belly, filling your chest, and exhale. Relax your chest, relax your belly. Inhaling deeply from the bottom of your belly, filling your chest, and exhale. Relax your chest, relax your belly, completely emptying your lungs. Continue to breathe into your belly and up into your chest, adding length to your breath this morning. As you arrive on your mat for your practice, naturally the mind may begin to wander. Just become aware of the mind wandering and move back to your breath, following your inhales and exhales. As we move into silence for 2 minutes. Bring your awareness back to your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, moving your hands and feet. Gently move your head from side to side, waking up your neck. Resting your head back at center. Join your heels on your mat and reach your arms over your head, getting a full body stretch, pointing your toes, extending through your fingertips. And exhale, release. Gently bend your knees and roll over to your right hand side, making a cushion with your hand. Gently make your way to a seated position at the front of your mat, keeping your eyes closed and drawing your hands together at heart center. Taking a moment to thank yourself for arriving on your mat this morning. Dedicating the next hour of practice to yourself. With that in mind, bow your head towards your hands. Open your eyes. Namaste. To begin today's class, we're going to do some side bending. So place your right hand on your mat beside your right hip. On an inhale, raise your left arm over your head, reaching out through your fingertips. And exhale, fold out to the right. Keep your left sitting bone rooted on your mat. As you reach out through your left fingertips, connect to your breath. And on an inhale, gently come up. Place your left hand beside your left hip. And inhale, raise that right arm over your head. And exhale, fold out to the left. Reaching out through your right fingertips. Keep your right sitting bone rooted on your mat. Connecting to your breath. And on an inhale, gently come up. You can drop your right hand back down. We're now going to move into a spinal twist. So placing your right hand behind your back. Place your left arm across your right knee. On an inhale, extend your spine, lifting up through the crown of your head. And exhale, twist out to the right. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. And exhale, twist. Feeling a nice twist to your spine. And gently make your way back to center. You can now place your left hand behind your back. Place your right arm across your left knee. On an inhale, extend your spine. And exhale, twist out to the left. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. And exhale, twist. Feeling a nice twist to your spine. Connect to your breath. And on an inhale, gently make your way back to center. We're now going to move into tabletop position. So sweeping your legs behind you, place the palms of your hands at the front of your mat, Your knees are tracking under your hips. We're going to move into a cat-cow. So on an inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, open your chest. Exhale, spine up, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae as you drop your tailbone and draw your chin towards your chest. Imagining you're pushing the floor away from you. As you inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, open your chest. And exhale, spine up, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae as you draw your chin towards your chest and drop your tailbone. Draw your belly button towards your spine, breathing into your back body. And exhale, release, gently coming back to a neutral spine. From here, in tabletop, extend your left leg straight out behind you and extend your right arm out in front of you. Gently, by drawing your belly button towards your spine, lift your left foot off your mat. You can point your left toes. Connect your breath here as you engage your core, reaching out through your right fingertips. And exhale, release, dropping your knee and hand back to your mat. From here, extend your right leg straight out behind you and extend your left arm out in front of you. Gently, by drawing your belly button towards your spine, lift your right left foot off your mat. You can point your right toes as you extend through your left fingertips. Connect your breath here. Breathing in and out through your nose. And exhale, release, dropping your hand and knee back to your mat. From here, in tabletop position, tuck your toes, and on an inhale, lift both your knees a couple of inches off your mat. Draw your belly button towards your spine. Feel your core engaging. Connect to your breath. And exhale, release, dropping your knees back down. We're going to repeat that one more time. So draw your belly button towards your spine to engage your core. And on an inhale, gently lift your knees a couple of inches off your mat. Connect your breath here. And exhale, release, dropping your knees back down. We're now going to warm up the hips. So keeping your left knee on your mat, lift your right knee and make circular motions with your right knee, gradually making the circles wider, working into the hips and the other direction, warming up your hips, connecting to your breath, and exhale, release, dropping your right knee back down. We're going to repeat that on the other side. So lifting your left knee off your mat, make circular motions with your left knee as you work into the hips, connecting to your breath, and the other direction, gradually making the circles wider. And exhale, release, dropping your left knee back down. We're now going to move into extended child's pose. So joining your big toes on your mat, shift your knees out to the edge of your mat and sit your bum towards your heels. Extend your arms out ahead and melt your chest and forehead towards your mat. Engage your fingertips on your mat, and at the same time, draw your bum towards your heels, feeling a nice extension to your spine and opening to your hips. And on an inhale, gently make your way back up to tabletop. And from tabletop, tuck your toes and keeping your knees bent, lift your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Connecting to your breath here, you can pedal your feet to stretch your calves and your hamstrings as you lift your sit bones towards the ceiling. Connect to your breath. From here, gently walk your feet towards your hands at the front of your mat. And keeping your knees bent, fold over your knees, surrendering the crown of your head and your elbows towards your mat as you grab opposite elbows with your hands, nodding your head yes, shaking your head no, releasing any tension in your lower back. And on an inhale, gently pressing through your feet to make your way to a standing position at the front of your mat. Preparing for the sun salutations. In mountain pose, your feet are together with your quadriceps engaged, lengthening through the crown of your head. Connect your breath. On an inhale, raise your arms, reaching out through your fingertips. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, hands down, step your right and left foot back. Lower your knees and keeping your hips in the air, lower your chest and chin towards your mat. On an inhale, slide your chest forward, coming into low cobra, elbows tight to your body. And exhale, moving through tabletop, tucking your toes to lift your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Connecting to your breath here as you lift your sit bones towards the ceiling and draw your heels towards your mat. Connect to your breath. Looking between your palms, on an inhale, step your right and left foot forward to the front of your mat, coming into a halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, raise your arms, reaching out through your fingertips. And exhale, you can release your hands back down. Take a deep breath. We're going to do a second round of Sun Salutation A, but it'll be slightly more advanced. Preparing in mountain pose. Standing tall. Connect to your breath. On an inhale, raise your arms, joining your palms above your head, looking toward your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine through the crown of your head. Exhale, palms down. You can step or jump your feet back. Bending your elbows, chaturanga. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Lifting your sit bones towards the ceiling. As you engage your fingertips on your mat, imagining you're pushing the floor away from you. Connect to your breath. On an inhale, step your right and left foot forward to the front of your mat, coming into a halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, raise your arms, joining your palms above your head, looking towards your thumbs. And exhale, you can release your hands back down. Take a deep breath. Connect to your breath here as we move into Sun Salutation B. Starting off in mountain pose. Connect to your breath. On an inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers along your mat, raising your arms, coming into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, palms down, step your right and left foot back. Bending your elbows, chaturanga. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. Engage your fingertips on your mat. Connect to your breath. And on an inhale, step your right foot between your palms at the front of your mat. Your right ankle and knee is in line. Your left leg is straight and engaged as you raise your arms, coming into Warrior One. Pressing down into both your feet and reaching out through your fingertips. As you exhale, release your palms back down to your mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left foot. Bending your elbows, chaturanga. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Connect to your breath here. And on an inhale, step your left foot between your palms at the front of your mat. Your left ankle and knee is in line. Your right leg is straight and engaged. As you inhale, raising your arms, coming into Warrior One. Imagining your inner thighs are hugging together as you keep that right leg straight and engaged. And exhale, release your palms back down to your mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right foot. Bending your elbows, chaturanga. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Connecting to your breath here. As you lift your sit bones towards the ceiling. Imagining you're pushing the floor away from you as you roll your shoulders back and down your spine. On an inhale, step your right and left foot forward to the front of your mat, coming into a halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers along your mat, raising your arms, coming into chair pose. And exhale, make your way to a standing position at the front of your mat. We're now going to move into the standing asanas. I'll be cueing the next few positions from here. So if you'd like to move your mats or your cameras, and when you're ready, make your way to a wide-legged stance on your mat with your feet facing forward. Again, like I said at the start of class, there won't be so much transitioning today. There'll be more just getting into the posture, feeling comfortable, and then connecting to your breath. So firstly, beginning in triangle pose, turn your right foot out 90 degrees and turn your left heel in 5 degrees, pressing down into both your feet. Raise your arms to shoulder level. On an inhale, leaning out your right hand side, reaching out through your fingertips, and exhale, fold over your right knee, placing your hand on your knee, shin or ankle, as you open your heart towards the sky, pressing down into both your feet, energy through the crown of your head. Connect to your breath. And on an inhale, gently push up, turning that right heel in. Take a deep breath. We'll repeat triangle pose on the other side. So this time, turning your left heel out 90 degrees and your right heel in 5 degrees. Pressing down into both your feet, your foundation. Raise your arms to shoulder level. And on an inhale, lean out to your left hand side, reaching out through your fingertips. And exhale, fold over your left knee, placing your hand on your knee, shin or ankle, as you open your heart towards the sky, reaching out through your right fingertips, pressing down into both your feet, your foundation, connecting to your breath. And on an inhale, gently push up, turning that left heel in. Take a deep breath. We're now going to move into side angle pose. So turning your right heel out 90 degrees and bending into your right knee so your ankle and knee is in line. Pressing down into both your feet, your foundation. Place your right forearm on top of your right knee. And on an inhale, raise your left arm over your head as you spiral your chest towards the sky. Reaching out through your left fingertips. Pressing down into both your feet. Connecting to your breath. And on an inhale, gently come up, straightening that right leg and turning your right heel in. We'll repeat side angle pose on the other side. So turning your left heel out 90 degrees, your right heel slightly in 5 degrees, and bending into your left knee so your ankle and knee is in line. Placing your left forearm on top of your left knee, and on an inhale, raise that right arm over your head as you spiral your chest towards the sky. Pressing down into both your feet and reaching out through your right fingertips as you open your chest towards the sky. Connect to your breath. And on an inhale, gently come up, turning that left heel in. Take a deep breath. We're now going to move into Warrior Two pose. So turning your right heel out 90 degrees and bending into that right knee so your ankle and knee is in line. Pressing down into both your feet, your foundation. You want to keep your torso facing me and raise your arms to shoulder level, reaching out through your fingertips, and gently rotate your head to focus your gaze over your right middle finger. Pressing down into both your feet here as you reach out through your fingertips. Connect to your breath, following your inhales and exhales. Standing tall in your warrior. And on an inhale, gently come up, turning that right heel in. Connect to your breath. We'll repeat Warrior Two on the other side. So turning your left heel out 90 degrees and bending into your left knee so your ankle and knee is in line. Again, your torso is facing me, pressing down into both your feet. Raise your arms to shoulder level and turn your head to focus your gaze over your left middle finger. Reaching out through your fingertips and pressing down into both your feet. Connect to your breath. And on an inhale, gently come up, turning that left heel in. Take a deep breath. You can now join your feet together on your mat as we prepare for tree pose, a balancing posture. So firstly, we're going to shift the weight into your right foot. And from here, you can place your left heel above your right ankle, opening out your hip. If you feel comfortable, pick a spot on the wall for balance, and you can lift that left heel and place it against the inner side of your right thigh, opening out that hip. You can place your hands together at heart center, or raise your arms over your head. In whichever version you're in, pressing that heel against the inner side of your thigh and your thigh against your heel. Connect to your breath as you lift out of your hips and energy through the crown of your head. And on an exhale, gently close that left hip and extend your left leg. We'll repeat tree pose on the other side. So this time, ground down into that left foot, really shifting the weight, and pick a spot on the wall for balance. And gently, you can lift that right heel placing it above your left ankle, or you can lift that right heel and place it against the inner side of your left thigh, opening out your right hip. You can place your hands together at heart center or raise your arms over your head, pressing that heel against your inner thigh and your inner thigh back against your heel as you lift out of your hips and energy through the crown of your head, connecting to your breath. And on an exhale, you can close that right hip, extend your right leg, connect to your breath. I'll be now cueing the remaining positions from here. So if you'd like to move your mats or your cameras to whichever way is easiest to view me. And when you're ready, make your way to mountain pose at the front of your mat. Quadriceps engaged. Energy through the crown of your head. On an inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers along your mat, raising your arms, coming into chair pose. Press your knees together and drop your tailbone as you reach out through your fingertips. On an exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, palms down. You can step or jump your feet back. Bending your elbows, chaturanga. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. Connect to your breath here. On an inhale, raise your right leg straight out behind you, coming into three-legged dog. And on an inhale, bend into that right knee and shift your weight forward into your shoulders as you draw your right knee towards your right elbow. Draw your belly button towards your spine to engage your core. As you inhale, raise that right leg back out behind you, coming back into three-legged dog. Connecting to your breath as you bend into that right knee and gently step that right foot between your palms at the front of your mat so your right ankle and knee is in line. Your left leg is straight and engaged. From here, draw your hands together at heart center and hook your left elbow across your right knee, coming into a warrior twist. Keeping that left leg engaged as you draw your belly button towards your spine to engage your core. Connect to your breath. And on an exhale, release your palms back down to your mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left foot and lift your hips, coming back into downward facing dog. Connect to your breath here. And on an inhale, raise your left leg straight out behind you, coming into three-legged dog. And on an inhale, bend into that left knee and draw your left knee forward towards your left elbow, drawing your belly button towards your spine to engage your core. And on an inhale, raise that left leg back out behind you, coming into three-legged dog. And on an inhale, bending into that left knee and stepping your left foot between your palms at the front of your mat. So your ankle and knee is in line. Your right leg is straight and engaged. Draw your hands together at heart center and hook your right elbow across your left knee, coming into a twist. Draw your belly button towards your spine to engage your core. Keep that right leg straight and engaged. Connect to your breath. And on an exhale, frame your left foot with your hands and gently make your way to tabletop by stepping your left foot back and dropping your knees. Join your big toes, shifting your knees out to the edge of your mat, and sit your bum towards your heels, extending your arms out ahead, and melting your chest and forehead towards your mat for a well-deserved child's pose. Connecting to your breath here. Lengthening your inhales and exhales. Adding control to your breath. And when you're ready, make your way to a seated position on your mat. And from here, bend your knees, drawing your heels towards your sit bones and lifting your chest. From here, keeping your knees bent, lift your feet off your mat. You can have your hands under your knee creases for support, or you can extend your arms and straighten your legs, coming into the full version of Navasana. Draw your belly button towards your spine to engage your core, reaching out through your fingertips. And exhale, gently release your feet, cross your legs, and place the palms of your hands beside your hips to lift your hips for a nice counter stretch. We'll repeat Navasana one more time. So keeping your knees bent, draw your heels towards your sit bones, and gently lift your feet off your mat. You can extend your arms and straighten your legs, coming into the full version. Just connect to your breath here as you draw your belly button towards your spine to engage your core. Connect to your breath. And exhale, slowly release your feet, cross your legs, and lift your hips for a nice counter stretch. We're now going to move into side plank pose. So there's loads of different versions of this. So firstly, you can have your left hand resting on your mat and your left knee resting on your mat in line with your right leg extended out in front of you, and raise that right arm up to the sky. Or for a more advanced version, you can stack your heels and raise that arm. You can also step your right foot in front of your left to increase your stability. In whichever version you're in, draw your belly button towards your spine to engage your core, connecting to your breath. And on an exhale, gently release, dropping your knees back down to your mat. We'll repeat side plank pose on the other side. So placing your right hand on your mat, your right knee and left foot can be in line, raising that left arm, or you can stack your heels on your mat and reach out through your left fingertips. You can step that left foot in front of your right foot to improve your stability, or you can gently stack your heels. Draw your belly button towards your spine to engage your core, connecting to your breath. And exhale, gently release, lowering your knees towards your mat, connecting to your breath. From here, if you'd like to make your way to a standing position on your mat, your feet are hip distance apart. You can turn your feet out between 45 and 60 degrees. We're going to move into squat pose. So joining your hands together at heart center, gently bend your knees as you draw your bum towards your heels. You can lift your heels to improve your stability, but aim on drawing your heels towards your mat. You can use your elbows to push your knees apart, and also to increase the activation in your hips, press your knees back into your elbows. Energy through the crown of your head, connecting to your breath. And on an inhale, gently pressing through your feet to make your way to a standing position at the front of your mat. From here, I'm going to demonstrate crow pose, as I usually do on a Sunday. So again, there's loads of different versions of this. So firstly, you can come back into squat pose. And from squat pose, you can place the palms of your hands on your mat in front of you. And you can lift your heels, gently shifting the weight into your shoulders and your hands. Just getting used to shifting the weight. If you're comfortable, you can place the palms of your hands at the front of your mat and draw your knees towards your elbows. Engaging your hands on your mat, you can lift one foot and lift the other foot, gently just shifting the weight into your shoulders, or you can lift both feet. In whichever version you're in, focus on drawing your belly button towards your spine to engage your core and connect to your breath, following your inhales and exhales. And on an exhale, gently release, connecting to your breath. From here, we're going to move into bridge pose. So lying back onto your mat, draw your heels towards your sit bones. Your feet are hip distance apart. From here, you can place the palms of your hands flat on your mat beside your hips. On an inhale, press into your heels to lift your hips towards the ceiling as you roll each vertebrae off your mat, As you open your chest towards the ceiling, you can tuck your shoulder blades under your body and interlock your fingers as you push your hands towards your heels, focusing on drawing your inner thighs together, tucking your shoulder blades under your body, connecting to your breath, and on an exhale, gently lower your hips, connecting to your breath. We're now going to move into shoulder stand, the final posture of class. So lying back onto your mats, you can hug your knees towards your chest, and from here, rolling back onto your shoulders as you lift your feet towards the ceiling, pointing your toes, extending through your legs, connecting to your breath. This is an excellent posture to finish class, as all the blood rushes to your head, calming your mind. Staying here for a couple more breaths. And on an exhale, there's the option to drop your feet in behind your head, coming into Halasana. If your feet are still in the air, keep your hands on your lower back for support. Connecting to your breath here. Gently, you can bend your knees and roll vertebrae by vertebrae, dropping your hips and feet back down to your mat. From here, we're going to move into the closing Shavasana. So gently extend your feet out to the edge of your mat. Gently lie back. Drawing your arms away from your body with your palms facing upwards. Bring your eyes to close. And relax your entire body on your mat, preparing for the most important posture of class. I'm going to cue the closing Shavasana. For today's closing Shavasana, it'll be a slightly shorter cueing to allow you longer in the silence and stillness. So just completely relax on your mat and listen to my cues. Draw your awareness to the soles of your feet. Relax the soles of your feet, traveling up through your ankles, through your calves, hamstrings, and hips. Relax the base of your spine, traveling through each vertebrae. As you reach your neck and the back of your head. Relax your fingertips, traveling through your wrists, forearms, upper arms, into your shoulders. Relax your jaw, your eyes, forehead, relax your entire body, feeling the support of the earth beneath you. Relax, relax, relax. We're now going to move into silence. Completely relax your entire body on your mat and allow your mind and body to absorb the benefits of your practice this morning as we move into silence. bring your awareness back to your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, moving your hands and feet. Gently move your head from side to side, waking up your neck. Keeping your legs extended, join your heels on your mat and reach your arms over your head, pointing your toes, extending through your fingertips. And exhale, release. Gently bend your knees and roll over to your right hand side, making a cushion with your hand. Keeping your eyes closed, extend your left leg and push up to a comfortable seated position at the front of your mat. Drawing your hands together at heart center. Taking a moment to thank yourself for arriving on your mat this morning. Remembering an important element of yoga is the practice of contentment. Recognizing that you are enough as you are by just existing. With that in mind, rub your hands together, creating heat, creating energy. Place the palms of your hands over your eyes. Blink your eyes open to the darkness of your palms. Draw your hands away from your eyes. Bow your head. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.